Do you remember those girls from, I want to say it was like 2004, 2005? They were kind of emo, scenester girls. They thought they were so cute. That was their whole deal. Oh, we're so cute. And the way they would be cute is by calling stuff, LOL, that's so random. It's random. That joke you made was random. This thing that happened, it's a totally normal occurrence. So random. Is it random, Stephanie? Or are you just so fucking stupid you're not used to normal things? Your worldview is so small that average humorous events are LOL random to you. How random would it be if I shoved a knife into your jugular? Well, anyway, there's a male equivalent of those women, and they're fans of Deadpool. Let's go bully the internet. This is PodAWFUL.
PodAWFUL sucks. You wanna die, PodAWFUL makes that worse. You're covered with leaves, they won't let you fly. PodAWFUL quench your thirst. You know what? You're not funny. I want to really kick your ass. I'm in that ass, bro.
What's up, guys? I'm your host, Jesse PS. You can friend me on Facebook, but I don't know how anymore because I swear to God, I have been zucked off of all of my main accounts. I have no idea what account I'm on anymore or how you would even find it. I don't know. Friend me on Facebook.com/JessePS. We'll see if I ever get the account back. You know what the most recent thing I got banned for on Facebook was? Calling British people stupid. You're not allowed to do that anymore. Guess what, Facebook? British people are stupid. Would it be okay if I just called them colonizers? Then would it be okay? I bet I would be allowed to get away with calling them colonizers, but you call them stupid inbred people, and well, that's a bridge too far for the old Zuckmeister. Facebook.com/JessePS, I guess is the point behind that. Again, I'm banned on that account right now, but I will accept your friend request ASAP. We are live as we are every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time over at PodAWFUL.tv. Let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time here. Why don't we watch the Deadpool trailer? Because I got a feeling that there's going to be some gay-ass nerd out there who's going to be a little bit angry about this episode. Of course, the topic at hand is being into Deadpool. Now, this is a subsection of the internet and, I guess, reality at large out there of people. There's these guys, especially, it's usually dudes, that look up to the comic book character and movie character Deadpool as, like, a role model, somebody they should be acting like themselves, I suppose. You'll notice a lot of these guys at comic book conventions like to dress up as Deadpool, but they don't just dress up as him, which is bad enough on its own. They also like to act the way they think he would act if he was at a comic book convention. Gosh, what are all the wacky things I would do if I were really Deadpool? So let's get into that. We'll start it off by checking out the latest Deadpool trailer, okay? Now, I want to say right now, I'm not going to lie about this or anything. I'll probably see this movie. I saw the first one. I liked it. It was enjoyable. You know, it was a fairly funny movie, but it's not as great as everyone acts like it is. And certainly it leads to a case of cringe when it comes to these human beings who like to emulate this character. If your person that you try to emulate is fictional, you are fucking up your life, okay? That goes to all you Harry Potter women out there, and that definitely goes to you, LOL, that's so random, Deadpool guys out there.
We getting close.
We getting close.
You all know the drill. Intercept the convoy. Watch out for Cable.
Oh, shit. Cable's in this one. Oh, damn. Oh, remember in the comics when there was Cable?
Hit it!
Are we done with comic book movies yet? Look, I grew up reading comic books, like legitimately reading comic books, and I think I am way past this. I'll probably see Avengers, you know, just because it's all been leading to this. It is interesting that they've done this, that they've done something so crazy ambitious. But are these movies even that good anymore? They're all just bland nonsense. Now, I know that Deadpool is not within that same realm of things. I'm not so out of it that I don't understand that. But it's just, we've seen it, right? Haven't we seen enough of these comic book movies? I don't know.
There's this kid. He's in trouble.
Move or die.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos.
Oh my God! He called Cable Thanos in the trailer. I can't believe it. No way. Because Josh Brolin plays both Cable and Thanos in the upcoming Avengers Infinity War. That's crazy. He called him that. It's like he's aware of him being a character in a movie franchise. Oh my gosh. What will this Deadpool guy think of next? How can I be like him? How can I make him my role model in real life?
I ain't letting Cable get to him. But I can't do this alone. We need backup. We're gonna form a super duper fucking group.
It's time to get back on LinkedIn.
Wow. Okay, well, two things here. Number one, he said fucking. So that's how you know this is the Red Band trailer. Okay, this is an R-rated movie. We get to do what should be normal and acceptable in any movie because it's just a goddamn word. But this is special secret internet sauce where you don't get to see this trailer just anywhere, okay? You got to be either at an R-rated movie, which don't exist anymore outside of Deadpool, or you have to be watching on the internet, which is where everyone watches everything now, and it isn't really that exclusive. That's number one. Number two, TJ Miller, ladies and gentlemen. TJ Miller, stand-up comedian turned nightmare retard dumpster man. TJ Miller, he was in the first movie. I remember him being in that. If you don't know TJ Miller, he's a stand-up comedian. He was on the show Silicon Valley or something like that. What was that show called? That show sucks. That first season was pretty good. That show sucks, though. If you're into that show, you're also a geek, and you're basically the same person I'm talking about when it comes to these Deadpool guys. But TJ Miller's on there. He recently, I'm shocked that they didn't edit him out of this trailer because he recently got in a lot of trouble for calling in a bomb threat, accusing a woman he was on a train with that she had a bomb. Turned out that wasn't true, and instead, TJ Miller just has soup for brains, and we all have to. I'm in sort of the comedy community, believe it or not. I have multiple friends who actually know TJ Miller in real life, and when this happened, they all had to make their Facebook posts. Oh, we're pulling for you. You're pulling for him? The man's a psychopath. Don't pull for this man. He's calling in bomb threat. That's something they do in the movies to clear a building. You know, this is a deranged, broken man. I believe he was also part of the Me Too movement. I didn't really read into that too much. I was more interested in the bomb threat. My friend Danny Lobel, he's been on the show multiple times in the past, way long time ago in PODAWFUL's history. He was on the show, and he knows TJ Miller. He put out a nice little thing. He said, "Oh, TJ, we're pulling for you. We wish you the best of luck. I hope you recover from it." Recover. And then I just said, "Yeah, TJ's the bomb."
Meet Bedlam. My name's Shatterstar.
Okay, so they've got Terry Crews in this, another Me Too guy, but on the other side of the fence with that. Terry Crews, bigger, blacker, uncut. He was touched in his booty hole, to put it the way he would say it, by a man. He got fingered in his butthole, and that's how he gets to be in Hollywood now. So they're adding a black guy to the team. Now they're adding Shatterstar, who in the comic books is like a redhead guy. He's like just a white guy. Now he's an Asian guy.
Domino, I'm lucky.
Now here's Domino, who in the comics is a white lady. Now she's a black lady. Not only is she a white lady in the comic books, she's chalk white. Like part of her being a mutant in the comic books is that her skin is chalk white. She's goth looking, and she's got this black circle around her eye. So what they've done instead is they've race bent her into a black lady with a white circle around her eye, which, to be fair, looks more like your classic Domino, black with a white spot. That's to be fair. But why? Why do we have all these race-bending characters? Why is Deadpool now got 15 superheroes in it, and most of them are characters who are now ethnicities, minorities? Why is that happening? Because Hollywood is confused, and they think it means money, but what it actually means is blogs being typed about you. They think that adds up to dollars. It does not. I hope it spectacularly fails as a result. You know, Black Panther blew up. That movie was shit. I finally saw Black Panther. That movie was fucking shit. Although I will say this, you know, I'm gonna save that for later. Oh, I'll say it now, but we're gonna come back to this later in the show. If you are going to emulate a comic book character, I don't think it should be Deadpool. I think that makes you cringe. I think it makes you autistic. But if you have to emulate one, emulate Black Panther, no matter what race you are. Start talking like him. Okay? Start trying to look like him. Really act like Black Panther as much as possible. You know, he's a role model for the kids. So go around, you know, you say, what you do is you say your name and son of your father's name. So, for instance, my dad's name is James. So I go, hello, I am Jesse, son of James. That's what you got to do now. So start emulating Black Panther, okay? Call yourself T'Challa if you have to. Paint yourself.
Luck isn't a superpower.
And certainly not very cinematic.
Yes, it is.
Let's meet in the middle and say no, it isn't. Fuck it. It's showtime.
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, no! Rap music!
I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear.
Damn, you know something's cool when it's got rap music in it. Recognizable rap music.
Making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion. Damage. Damage.
You're no fucking hero.
Oh, shit. Another F word. Whoo! The kids aren't welcome at this screening.
You're just a clown.
This is a superhero for adults.
Dressed up as a sex toy.
So dark. You sure you're not from the DC universe?
No! Oh my god, you're blowing my mind with this shit. Holy, from the DC universe? I can't believe Deadpool, you rock, Ryan Reynolds. Oh my god. Fucking, dude, pause me up. Let's check in with the chat room real quick, see what they're saying in the chat about this Deadpool trailer. Of course, we are live, like I said, every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, PODAWFUL.tv. We've got the live chat going on here. HC Frick says, RIP that stunt woman, what got killed filming Deadpool 2. Number one, I like the way you talk, like an old man. But number two, yeah, a lady died making this stupid fucking movie. Congrats. Oh, man. Condolences to her family. But imagine that funeral. I bet her family's been paid pretty fucking well for that, though. What the fuck is this trailer? Seriously, says Aries in the chat room. Oh, it's Deadpool. By the way, if you want to call in about Deadpool or anything we talk about tonight, the phone number 480-382-9385. 480-382-9385. Feel free to call in. We did, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we just got a super chat in the chat room. You can also, there it is. There's that super chat light. You can send in your super chats as well. Pavich for $2 says, I'm going to Comic-Con as Jesse P.S., not T'Challa. Well, that's fine if you do that, Pavich, but I will tell you this. From now on, I will be acting and talking like T'Challa, so it'll basically be the same thing. Hello, I am Jesse, son of James. I am Black Panther. Oh, I'm going to be a superhero. Let's take this call. Yes, hello. This is PODAWFUL. I am Jesse, son of James.
Hey, Jesse, it's Join Cult.
Hi there, Join Cult. What are you calling in about?
Okay, well, I just gotta point out a very interesting comment that was made.
Oh, okay.
In Spade says, how many black women are going to name their kids T'Challa? I'd like you to weigh in on this.
Wow, you know what? That is a great question. I'm glad you did bring it up, although I wish it instead in Spades had just sent it in as a super chat. No, that is a great question to In Spades, and thank you for bringing it to my attention, Vinny. How many black women are going to name their kids T'Challa? Well, it is interesting, number one, that you say black women and not just, parents, because obviously we know dad's not going to be here. Actually, that's the irony here is all of the T'Challas that get born in the future, they're not going to be able to say who they are the son of. That's not, they won't know the answer. I am T'Challa, son of maybe Jamal, maybe Jerome. Jamal or Jerome. Let's see how many. No, I bet you that will be a thing.
Yeah.
That probably will be more of a thing than any of us would like to admit. But that sort of thing happens, I mean, I bet you there have been Hermione's ever since Harry Potter came out.
Luke's, Leia's.
Yeah, exactly. Star Wars definitely does it. Yeah, every time there's a new Star Wars out, somebody names
Like
a kid
Luke's
after
a normal name. It's not T'Challa.
Well, Luke is, sure, but there were people naming their kids Anakin when the prequels came out. I remember that. I remember the first news story about somebody naming their child Anakin. I remember where I was when I first heard that story. I was in the mall. I can picture where I was standing in the mall, and I remember that might be the moment I realized, oh, the world is fucking stupid, and it's all going to hell. We're all going to hell. So, yeah, I do remember that. Anything else, Vinny?
I just wanted to say there's nothing inherently interesting at all about Deadpool. I think just a bunch of gay guys heard the word fourth wall and then started latching on to him. I don't think he's that fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're a very astute little boy.
Thanks, Jesse. That makes me feel better.
And so by the way, what is your Wakanda name?
Vincent, son of I am Vincent, son of Peter.
Well, you got to do it.
And I needed this.
You have to do it in the voice.
I don't know. Is that racist?
No, of course not. It's you're admiring a superhero.
I don't want to get you kicked off air.
I think I'll be okay. I again though, what we're doing here is we're admiring a superhero, and that's who we're supposed to be. Look, little girls are supposed to look up to Wonder Woman and the Ghostbusters. little black kids are supposed to look up to T'Challa, and I think we're all from Africa's. In my personal opinion. So go ahead, Vincent.
I am Vincent, son of Peter.
Okay, that was enough. All right, let's keep playing this thing. Oh shit! His crotch just went into Cable's face. You know what's really funny though? Like, let me explain something to you. It's very funny when a man's penis gets very close to another man's face because that is homosexual. And deep down, we all know that homosexuality is wrong. So we naturally laugh at that predicament.
Bring it on, One-Eyed Willie.
Okay, let me just point this out. So this is a scene where Cable, point blank range, is shooting at Deadpool with his gun, and Deadpool is attempting to slice the bullets in half with his katanas. How much do you want to bet that the same dumbass nerds who have been taking part in marches against gun violence are the ones that like this shit? I would bet the Venn diagram on that is close to just being a very thick-lined circle. Very close. I mean, there's certainly a few gun nerds in the mix there, too, where they actually like guns. I'm going to bet most of them think that guns should be relegated to just the movies, but they love pretending to have guns and carry them around and shoot them. These are adult men still playing essentially cowboys and Indians with themselves. We're going to see more of that in a second when we get into cosplay.
Ooh! Yeah! Your bullets. They're really fast.
Deadpool
And
2.
last but not least, Peter.
Any power you want to tell us about?
I don't have one. I just saw the ad.
You're in.
There you go. And then Peter, the guy with no powers, is now part of their team. That part is kind of... I laughed at that part. Hello, I am Jesse, son of James. You are on PODAWFUL.
Hi, Daddy. It's TJ.
Okay, hi there, TJ.
I just love this episode you're doing. You know, I feel like the whole superhero movement has come to a culmination with this, you know, Deadpool zealots, and they are just the fucking epitome of infantilism, which is, I think, a driving force behind this movement.
Absolutely. Yeah, infantilism, it's something we have to end up talking about over and over and over again on this show, but it is one of the leading causes behind most of the things that we like to bully on the internet, and certainly behind a lot of the autistic shit that we talk about, that AU gold. And I think this is definitely somewhere on the spectrum. And by the way, later in the episode tonight, TJ, I'm going to reveal exactly where on the spectrum Deadpool lies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you have a whole spectrum? Are you going to release this, or is this specifically for you to keep to the vest?
For the first time ever, I will be showing the autism spectrum on the show tonight. It's going to be a beautiful
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So
Wow.
we will see where everything lies, and we'll add to it more in the future as well. I'm very excited for that. That's coming up soon.
Are the fans going to be placed on there too? I'm curious where I lie.
TJ, you are going to be somewhere on it for sure. I guarantee that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your thoughts and cares.
Okay, thank you, TJ, for the call. Let's move on to the next bit here. You know, we talked about this isn't the first time I've talked about Deadpool even specifically on the show. Back when we were doing Cringe versus Cringe, over a year ago now, I think it was. We did an episode about Joker cosplay versus Deadpool cosplay, and we already kind of made a point of the fact that Deadpool cosplay is cringe. I think it's getting deeper than that. I think it's getting worse. And with the Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2 coming out soon, I want to get back into this a little bit more. We didn't hit it hard enough. So I do have yet another Deadpool cosplay video here. This is from Comic-Con 2012. And around this time that year, they released a Deadpool video game. I remember when this game was coming out. This was before I realized fully that Deadpool was total cringe. Remember, this is before the movies. We had no idea a movie would come out with Deadpool as a main character. I think maybe Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine had already come out at this point. But we really didn't think we'd ever see this character for real on the screen. And this is before they even had Ryan Reynolds to model themselves after. This is literally just modeling themselves after the comic book panels, and it's still just as cringe. So this guy is actually going around trying to promote this video game at Comic-Con.
All right, nerds, get ready to lose your
Excuse me, this is a closed panel.
The talking time is over. Is this in your face? Is this in your face? Is it bothering you? Deal with it!
Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special announcement.
See, Deadpool's that kind of in-your-face guy where, like, he's just, man, he's on a different level. And also, sometimes he makes references. We are getting a super chat in here from Sebastian for $5. Thank you so much, Sebastian. He says, my donation for autism research. He capitalizes that AU. Thank you so much for your AU gold, Sebastian. You know, I love the fact that people mock the show Family Guy for the fact that it's just a bunch of pointless references. And it is. They're right. Sometimes the show is very funny. When they're doing real jokes on there, it is very funny. But they mock the whole just cutaways to random references. That is almost all of what Deadpool is. It's lit. Did you see the first Deadpool movie? Again, I thought it was mostly enjoyable, but many of the jokes in it were total cringe. And I guarantee you, Deadpool 2 is going to be the same way. I'll eat my hat if it's not. But a lot of the jokes he made, they were so dated. There was like a Spice Girls reference in that movie. Most of the people who saw that movie probably don't remember the Spice Girls. They're probably too young to have been alive when the Spice Girls were a thing. These are just pointless references. It is not comedy. He's not a funny character. He's just doing things that a superhero's not supposed to do. But you're not a superhero, actual man living in reality.
Announcement to make. Who has 2 guns and has a video game coming out next year? This guy!
Yeah, they say in the chat, in your face, Cringe. Deadpool is so in your face, he just doesn't give a fuck.
Deadpool is now here, so Comic-Con has officially begun. No flash photography.
Yeah, Deadpool is now here. I guarantee you this dude is number 533 of the Deadpools at Comic-Con. You know, I've been to New York Comic-Con a few times. It's almost nothing but Deadpools. Lady Deadpools and man Deadpools and a dog dressed as Deadpool. Children, they love doing... Here's what the nerds love to do now. If it's a family of nerds, they dress... The husband dresses up as Deadpool, the wife dresses up as Lady Deadpool, and then they dress the kids up as Deadpool. They bring a dog. I swear to God, this is all a thing.
Taking pictures. Yes.
Ew.
Ladies,
Oh,
you are behaving.
he's hugging some sort of Eastern European twin monsters. Jesus Christ. This is like the most Serbian fucking shitty genes I've ever seen, and they've somehow replicated it.
Appropriately, I commend you.
Ugh.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like nerdoween over here. I only wish I could have squeezed a couple more nerds in here.
Yeah, I love that a guy dressed as Deadpool trying to act like Deadpool is calling everybody else a nerd. That makes sense.
Then you would have had a convention. I love you, dude.
Vincent in the chat room says Gwenpool's okay, though. The fact that you know what Gwenpool is disturbs me to my very core.
You get out there and you do it. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. You want to grab some chimichangas? Can I please have some chimichangas?
This is the worst. You know what? The worst part of the whole Deadpool thing is that his catchphrase or something is just that he likes chimichangas. That is no smarter than what's a funny word. Okay? That took some writer 12 minutes. He sat there for 12 minutes and wrote out 15 different words that he thought sounded funny, and he chose one. And now that's Deadpool's thing, that he likes chimichangas. It's a Spanish word, so it's weird. Let's take this call. Hey, nerd, it's me, Deadpool. I'm in your face. Remember Roseanne?
Hi, Jesse. It's Elizabeth.
Oh, hi, Elizabeth. You fucking nerd. What's up?
I have an additional theory as to why I think nerds like to dress up as Deadpool.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, when a nerd goes to a convention dressed as Deadpool, they're trying to pretend to be somebody very charismatic, in your face, always hits the one-liners, you know, somebody that they're not really in real life.
Right.
And so they feel that they can go as Deadpool because when their jokes don't land, at least their face is covered up.
That yes, that's 100% right. You've nailed essentially every single part of that, along with what TJ said in the last one. These are people who want to try to experience what it feels like to be cool with no possibility of retribution toward their actual character, because you don't know who they are. They're wearing a mask. You're 100% right. They're not just LARPing as Deadpool. They're LARPing as someone that they perceive to be cool. And these people are so autistic that the only thing they can think of as being cool is a fictional comic book character who carries guns and a sword and acts like he knows what genre he is in. Anybody who pretends to be genre savvy in real life is one of the more disgusting people. You know there's something broken within them. They've spent a little bit too much time on the website tvtropes.com, and they think they really understand what's going on in the world around them. Meanwhile, again, their reference for cool is a fictional character. They couldn't come up with the idea that maybe it would be cool to, like, I don't know, be into something that's not totally for nerds. Maybe it would just be cool to be myself and be casual. Nope, can't do that. Must emulate Ryan Reynolds playing a character. And Ryan Reynolds does a great job at that, by the way. I think he does make an excellent Deadpool. It's just, you shouldn't. The fans ruin the thing. Do you agree with me, Elizabeth? Isn't it sometimes true that the thing that makes something bad is not the thing itself, but its fans?
Absolutely. It's happened, numerous times. As you've mentioned before, Rick and Morty is a decent tune, but it's been completely ruined by the fans.
100%. That's a great point. Thank you so much for the call, Elizabeth. That's a perfect example too. We have talked about that before. Rick and Morty, these things are just ruined by their fans. They can't help it. They truly can't help themselves, and that's what makes them gold. We did get a super chat there. I saw the super chat light a second ago. Benjamin Rodriguez, thank you so much for $5, says, get double stuffed like an Oreo. Deadpool is awesome, and you're just too stupid to understand. And that is also the same argument that Rick and Morty fans use. You're just not intelligent enough, so thank you for proving that point. I didn't even see that ahead of time. Scott Green for $2.99 Australian says, cosplayers are cringe. At least this guy got paid. That's a good point. Fair point, but don't worry. I can back that up with cosplayers who did it for fun and made a little video sketch out of it. This is called Teach Me How to Deadpool. So they're blocking traffic, doing the can, and it's 5-6 guys dressed as Deadpool, girls too, dressed as Deadpool, just doing the can. Isn't this so LOL? Random? You're not supposed to do that in real life.
Hey, look, it's Rogue from X-Men. Watch this.
So there's Rogue from X-Men.
Don't you know what happens?
Wow, okay, Jesus Christ. I love, this is also a fan film cringe going on right now, essentially. So if you don't know, Rogue from X-Men, her power is if she touches somebody, she absorbs their abilities, but it also hurts them. And Deadpool, underneath the mask, he's all fucked up looking, so she's now absorbed his powers, but it also has made her have skin lesions everywhere. The other part is that she's like a Southern belle, and this girl's trying her hardest to sound that way, and it is not working. It's very, very bad.
Ugh, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Who the f*** is Francis?
Francis? How do you know about that?
Don't you know who I am, sugar?
A superpower vacuum?
I don't just take your superpowers. I take your memories, your personality quirks.
Ugh.
So you also crave chimichangas?
Yeah! Ah!
Hey! First things first, if you're repping Team Pool, you gotta change. Ugh. Perfect!
It just started raining out of nowhere.
I'm gonna need some reinforcements.
He's really trying to do the Deadpool voice, too. You hear that? I'm gonna need some reinforcements. Oh, God. You know what this guy looks like. You can tell what somebody looks like underneath their shitty mask just by the way they sound. You know what this guy looks like. He looks like Blake Hogue, one of our goons. A goon of ours that tried to have sex with a retarded girl. I can tell that's what this guy must look like under his Deadpool mask. Okay, so Deadpool's going around. They're trying to get the other Deadpools together to teach the new rogue Deadpool how to be a Deadpool. Let's skip ahead here and watch them running around town. Now they're teaching her how to shoot a gun. Again, none of these nerds would ever hold a real gun. They shot a guy, and now they're all scared. Hee hee, let's run. Gosh, they're all such badasses. in real life, running around the city dressed as Deadpool. This is unbelievable. Doing the wave. Dancing while other people can see. And again, Elizabeth was right. If they weren't wearing those masks, the Rogue Girl doesn't have a mask on. But all the other ones, if they weren't wearing those masks, there's no chance they'd be shooting this video dancing in public like this. There's no chance. There they are doing the can again. Let me tell you what if I came across, if I was trying to go down the fucking crosswalk, trying to get from one side of the street to the other, and a row of Deadpools was canning in my goddamn way, I can't believe that everyone in this video, all of the passerbys, aren't going, "Move it, nerds!" These are people that weren't bullied. They need the bullying. They needed this in their life. This should have been going on from pre-K on up. I want to see like the scrawniest guy going up to them and poking them in the chest and going, "Move it! Stop it! Stop! Bad!" It's truly sickening. All right, you know what? I can't do anymore. I just can't keep on. Not even for the cringe. All right, when we come back, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I will reveal Deadpool's placement on the autism spectrum, and we've got a lot more for you coming up right after this.
How does Loot Crate obtain such exquisite geek and gaming treasures every month?
Help! Loot Crate enslaved me to fill their crates with nerd shit. Please save me from Loot Crate. LootCrate.com.
Yep. I don't understand. You get out of here. Get out. Get out.
Buy something, cheapskate. PodAWFUL.com/store.
We're live
Sunday,
Wednesday, and Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern
At PodAWFUL.tv.
At PodAWFUL.tv.
Support the show. Join the pizza fund. PodAWFUL.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAWFUL.pizza.
All right, and we are back. Guys, we've got a brand new website for you, PodAWFUL.com. Check it out. We've redesigned the website. We are still working on it. There's still a few kinks to work out on there, but go take a look at it. Did some redesigning on there. We also redesigned the store. You heard that ad for the store, PodAWFUL.com/store, or also now PodAWFUL.shop. You can find us over at PodAWFUL.shop. There's a brand new store going on there, and we will have new merchandise in there soon. We've got a bunch of brand new t-shirts as well, and hoodies for the first time. People have been asking for hoodies for a long time. There are hoodies in there. Go check that out. Guys, we do not run ads. You might not have noticed this. We don't run ads on the show, not real ads. We have our own ads there, I guess. But we don't do the advertisements that everybody else does. We don't do the sponsorships that everybody else does. We try to make your time as valuable. You know, we try to treat it with the respect that you treat your time with, or hopefully even better than that. I can't stand listening to the advertisements on other podcasts. They are some of the most insipid things I've ever heard. If you think for 1 second that your other favorite podcaster is actually using Loot Crate or Casper mattresses or you name it, Bark Box, whatever. We all know those ads. MeUndies, Mac Weldon. If you think for 1 second they're actually utilizing those services outside of the free sample they got from them, you're insane, okay? You're totally brain dead. It's garbage. They are selling you garbage to make money. What we do here instead is we are fully fan-funded. We've got the PodAwful store, podawful.com/store. People buy the merchandise, helps keep us going. We've got those super chats coming in the chat room. And moreover, we do have the pizza fund, as you heard there in our break, podawful.pizza. I want to tell you real quick about the content we released just last week, the stuff you might be missing if you're not in the pizza fund. I guarantee you no other show makes your dollar more worth it. We have just recently started a Wednesday night show. It's exactly like the Sunday night show. If you enjoy the program, now Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, podawful.tv. We are now pizza fund only, and it's a second Pod Awful a week. This past Wednesday, we did an episode about our goon, Ching Chang Chong, that has changed everything. It's one of the funniest shows we've done. I lost my mind during it. You can actually see a clip on our YouTube channel. You can watch this episode later, youtube.com/podawful. Feel free to subscribe to us there. Hit that bell icon like you're supposed to do. Smash that like. Anally rape the like button on our YouTube channel. Anally rape our subscribe button until it cries and bleeds on your pillows. Anyway, our latest episode in the Pizza Fund, again, the Wednesday show, it's Pizza Fund only, podawful.pizza. It's called Chang's Wang, and I presented to the folks a video of Chang, our goon, accidentally revealing his tiny pee-pee. That has since led to us uploading that same video to Pornhub. We also read some excerpts from his book, The Nice Mafia, one of the worst books I've ever read. We lit it on fire. Go check out that episode if you haven't yet. That's at the $12 level, but don't worry, we've got other stuff for you at the $6 level released last week. I released a back catalog of archived after shows that we've done throughout the years. These are super old stuff. If you're interested in checking out where the Pod Awful history came from, some of the oldest jokes in the show, that kind of stuff, a lot of it can be found there. It's all in the archive now in the Pod After shows on podawful.pizza. That's at the $6 level. We also had Friday Night Hangout Explosion, our Friday show, where we hang out with the listeners. We go over all the stuff that's been going on Facebook and that kind of stuff. I had quite the episode. We made a listener of the show actually quit the pizza fund over this. I'm not a good businessman. This guy Jordan, who listens to the show, he quit the pizza fund because we did an entire show about some nonsense he got up to. He was not acting like a man. You're gonna have to check that out. $6 level. All this new content on there. Definitely worth it. You sign up for that $6 level and you're gonna get so much content that you'll never get through it all. I guarantee it. And we will be, this week coming out, we will have a Craigslist roulette. That's for our $1 level. I just put out yesterday, I think it was, at the $20 level, we have a show called World War, Pod Awful World War. I put out a mini war on the $20 level. Guys, I'm filling that pizza fund with content. So if you like what we're doing here, if you appreciate that we don't run the ads, that we respect your time, support the show, help keep us going, podawful.pizza. There's a level for everybody. Go check it out, podawful.pizza. And we are revamping that website too. We're trying to make everything bigger and better. And audio versions of the Wednesday show are available to you and will soon be made available in RSS form for you guys as well. So I'm trying to make this the coolest thing possible. We're a very small show. You know, we just get by. This is my only job, though, and you guys make it possible. So thank you so much for helping us out with all of that. I'm sorry to talk your ear off on that. Let's get back to it. I have an announcement to make, and that is, you know what? We've got an autism alert, ladies and gentlemen. Autism alert. Let's sound the siren. Autism alert. There's Michael Wright, the autism siren. We've got got an autism alert. Okay, all right, Michael, that's enough. That's enough autism. We've got an autism alert, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time ever, I will reveal to you tonight the one and only patented PODAWFUL Autism Spectrum. Okay, here it is. Let's find out where Deadpool lies on the spectrum. Now, as you can see, the spectrum starts over here on the left, between somehow less than 0 and 1. We have Star Wars, okay? So Star Wars is a part of it. That's where I am on the autism spectrum, or the autism scale. You got Star Wars. It's pretty low end stuff. Star Wars, worldwide phenomenon, as you could imagine. Something like Star Wars, not a very high level there. Then, of course, we've got Dragon Ball Z, and I know what you're thinking, Jesse, that's anime. Shouldn't that be higher up? While it is anime, it's also the type of anime that a lot of people watch this. It was on Cartoon Network. It's what made black people get into anime, which we're going to talk about in a second as well. So it's very low on the scale. Very low, I guarantee it. Then we've got somewhere in here is the band Panic at the Disco. Okay? So around 2 or 3 on the autism scale, you've got being into bands like Panic at the Disco, which I call theater major rock. All right? This is the type of nigga who majored in theater and thinks they're into rock and roll music, okay? And then, ladies and gentlemen, we found its spot on the scale at number 4 on the autism scale. We do have Deadpool. Between 4 and 5. Somewhere between 4 and 5. Now at 5, if you look very, very closely there, very closely, you'll see at number 5, we do have Adolf Hitler. And you might be confused about that. But Adolf Hitler is sort of, that thing where a guy starts Wikipediaing about the Holocaust and he starts going down the Hitler hole? That's definitely a number 5 on the autism scale, okay? Now, this might be a little controversial as well. I put Sonic the Hedgehog at number 6, and I think a lot of people would have thought Sonic would be higher than that. Sonic is very autistic. Don't get me wrong. I mean, basically everything beyond a 4 is what you would consider a mentally retarded person. But with Sonic the Hedgehog, there are things way more. I've seen a lot of autistic stuff in my day. There's stuff that's worse than being fast and cool. For instance, right there around number 7, you've got elevators, okay? If you're into things that go both up and down, but not side to side, you probably got a severe form of autism. Now, this is also a little bit controversial. Coming in at number 9 is trains. A lot of people would think that trains would be the absolute tip top of the scale, but that's not true. Trains are beautiful, of course, and they're very Hitler related. Speaking of the Hitler hole, they're a beautiful form of autism, but they are not the most autistic. No. The top spot, of course, goes to the one, the only, being into the animatronics from Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese. Okay? There is nothing more autistic on earth. This is actually a perfect scale, they're saying in the chat room. Let's sound that siren one more time. Michael, take it away. There you go. That's the autism alert. Okay, Michael, we've had quite enough of that, I think. Let's see what they're saying in that chat room about all of this. Where would constitutional knowledge be on this chart? That's a great question. We will be adding to the chart. I'm going to put this in our cult, our Facebook cult, podawful.com/cult. Join our Facebook group there. I'll be putting this in there. We can all add to it. You guys can expand upon this concept. Constitutional knowledge, personally, I think that would be somewhere around Panic at the Disco. Okay? That's my personal belief on that. I don't know where anime as a whole lands on the spectrum, but I'd probably give myself a 3.5, says In Spades. Anime as a whole is going to be just under Sonic the Hedgehog. Just under. It's stinkier than Sonic the Hedgehog, but technically more people like anime as a whole than specifically Sonic the Hedgehog. LAWTISM, says somebody. Well, that's an interesting thing to bring up, LAWTISM. Let's actually get into some LAWTISM for a second here. Let me bring up this Twitter thing that happened. So I briefly mentioned a second ago, black autistic nerds, right? What do we call them? Black anime nerds, you know? These black anime nerds. I got into a little bit of a tussle with one of these fellows myself recently because he tweeted out something rather ridiculous in my opinion. Let's take a look at this tweet. This is a cosplay sort of gamer guy. He's a black fella. His name is @Rokashi. Of course it is. Rokashi on Twitter. He says, "Don't be that guy." And then he's posted pictures of himself dressed as one of the androids from Dragon Ball Z. Again, I just told you, Dragon Ball Z, that's how they get into anime. And then somebody says, I mean, technically, what does it say? Let me bring that up. I mean, technically, it's not perfect because the character isn't black, somebody says. So this guy's dressed as an android from Dragon Ball Z, and another guy has a problem with it because the android is not black. Rokashi goes on to say, "Don't you fucking dare tell me that someone cannot cosplay as a character because the character isn't black. 1, shut the fuck up. 2, fuck you. And 3, I'm a black Sonic and I ain't Shadow. Now how you gon' act?" He says, "Well, I personally, Rokashi, I'm gonna act like you're an autistic fucking loser and I hope you get beat up for being this gay." That's how I would act. But I instead responded to him. I said, I was trying to encourage us. I started thinking about it. I go, he's right. We need to encourage race-bending characters. I don't think anybody should have a barrier of entry to a character they want to play in acting and cosplaying and whatever it might be. When we play a video game, if the main character isn't your race, you still play the video game, right? So I do think he's right, technically. So to get on his side, I tweeted to him and I said, "I cosplay as Shaft, Black Nick Fury, and Afro Samurai all the time, and I'm white. There's nothing wrong with playing characters of another race, just a little makeup and you're good to go." Now, I don't think he liked that too much. In fact, somebody replied to that saying, got some sinking feelings at that last sentence, which I thought was pretty funny. But I don't see anything wrong with it. And, people are going to accuse me of saying that I'm for blackface. Well, that's not the case at all. I think we need to come up with a new term for this, and that new term, of course, is NERDFACE, okay? So it's when you dress as a different race from your own for the sake of cosplay, that's called NERDFACE, and it's a type of performance art. I'll have this better explained to you by somebody in a second here, because there's actually a guy who is championing this art form, this performance art form, and his name is Nick Rekieta. He is one of our goons, and we refer to him as LAWTISM. Now, if you aren't familiar with him yet, this is a guy who's been sort of on the outskirts of PodAWFUL stuff. He hasn't been in a main show as a goon yet, but he might be one of the gooniest of our goons, to be quite honest. We haven't really brought him into the fold until now, but he's the perfect spokesman for NERDFACE, and I'm going to show you why. So let me bring up this video. First, let me just give you a quick introduction to who Nick Rekieta is, or as I call him, Rekieta. He's got a YouTube channel, and I recommend you subscribe to it. It's called Rekieta Law or something. No, it's called Lawsplaining. We call him LAWTISM, but he's got this thing called Lawsplaining, where, he's got all these fans. And let me just show you his intro video on it. You're going to love this intro video. It's very cool. Oh, damn. Yeah. Badass. Oh, he's drinking alcohol. Lawsplaining the interwebs with, oh my God, interwebs. Come on, Nick. Aren't we past interwebs? Well, that's so random. Anyway, this is the real intro for his show. He was drinking his big boy drinks.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta,
Nick Rekieta,
owner
LAWTISM.
of Rekieta Law,
Rekieta
a small
Law.
law firm in central Minnesota.
And I do recommend you Google it. Google Rekieta Law, Rekieta. Just see what comes up. He's sitting in front of his shelf of big boy drinks, including what is that thing called? Lagavulina. What's that alcohol? I don't drink big boy drinks. I'm not as big a boy as Nick Rekieta, as LAWTISM. But he's sort of got a sponsorship going on. He's a big time guy. He's got a sponsorship with this Lagavulina alcohol, and he drinks his big boy drinks on camera. He's very into guitars. He's very into alcohol drinking. He's very into having a big nose, but he's also very into NERDFACE, which we'll get into in a second.
If you're ever in Minnesota and run into legal trouble, look me up.
Okay.
This video is just a very short video to introduce you to my channel. I am a lawyer. I go through legal documents and I try and translate them and break them down into real people communication. Oftentimes, I do this over whiskey because legal documents are boring.
And they don't stop being boring just because you're drinking while reading them, Nick. That's what we've discovered. Now, I've come across, to be perfectly open here, we've come across this goon because of the fact that he's been talking about our top guy over at Madcast Media, Maddox, quite a bit because of a certain legal proceeding going on over there, okay? He's putting out some of the most boring videos in the universe about this. But he's a goon beyond. I don't care about that part of it, to be quite honest. I think the lawsuit's stupid. But he's a goon way beyond that. Like, I would make fun of him either way. His videos are so cringe.
Or infuriating.
He actually sings with his wife on camera. This is a real thing he does between big boy drinks.
Creating, or both. So, whiskey helps make that go a little bit better.
Oh, there he goes. Drinking that big boy.
I strongly recommend you grab some whiskey.
Hell
and
yeah.
Join me for
Damn.
endeavor.
Oh, shit, man. Drinking. Oh.
So,
no way.
Enjoy the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Click the subscribe button if you're interested in following all sorts of legal topics. If you have legal topics that I'm not covering and you're interested in, please let me know. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter.
No thanks. All right, so let's skip to the main point of this. For those who don't know, Nick is actually one of the first guys to make NERDFACE okay. Now, I'm going to play this video, but I don't tune out right after I play this because I can't play this without playing the context for this. I don't want to take this the context away from what I'm about to play for you because that would be unfair to Nick. All right? That would be very unfair to him. So here is a video of him wearing some NERDFACE and also addressing Maddox and talking about me. He's talking about me in this clip. Check this out.
Maddox, buddy, defamation is only defamation if it's not true. Everything sent to Harry's was true. Someone on your network dropped the M-bomb on live air.
Yeah, someone did. That's right. He's talking about me. I said the N-word on live air. Of course, it was in the Pizza Fund. It was behind a paywall, and it wasn't. Nobody was hurt by it. The guy I said it to or said about it, he said he didn't care. But none of that matters. It wasn't a joke, according to him, all of his friends. There was no context for it. But anyway, I'm a fair guy. I'm going to give you the context for it. We actually have a video here. And this is what I'm so excited about. You know, Nick Rekieta, LAWTISM, is becoming a pretty big guy, which is perfect for being a goon. So now we can introduce him into the show. He's appearing in all these other people's videos now. In fact, he was just on Anthony Fantano. That guy's huge. If you don't know who Anthony Fantano is, he's a big-time YouTuber who does music reviews, and he's also a butterbean struck by lightning and brought to life. Anyway, he was on an Anthony Fantano video. He's also in this video called Jerking Off, where they sit around vape and eating beef jerky. Very cool stuff. Guitars, whiskey, vape, beef jerky, all very cool stuff. And this guy who's hosting this Jerking Off show, he brings up Nick wearing NERDFACE. And this is the first time Nick has actually addressed this in any way. So let's finally give context for why this small-town lawyer decided that it was a good idea for him to wear blackface and why he is unapologetic about it.
Can you explain the blackface thing too, actually?
I mean, I can, sure.
What was that about?
It was a Halloween party at my house, and I was not... Okay, so blackface is a particular brand of theater.
It's funny.
Or minstrel show, right?
Yeah, I see a performance art theater. I told you guys, this is all just, it's a brand of theater, you know? It's like, people enjoy this. It's cultural, okay?
Right. I was not involved in that. I was dressed up literally as my friend who was at the party as a surprise. And when he came into the...
I'm sure it was.
Into the house, I came downstairs dressed up as him, and we all had a good laugh, and we still do have a laugh about it today.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. As long as everybody has a laugh about it.
So, you know...
So you're not a racist?
I don't think so.
How'd you feel when Jesse made that video?
That's me. Now, that video he's talking about, I, of course, put out a video of him saying exactly the quote I just played, of him talking about me saying the N-word on live air, and last I checked, that's not okay. And, of course, then I showed the blackface image because I thought it a little hypocritical there, Nick. Now, again, I thought I was joking. It turns out there's no context for what I said, and it wasn't a joke. I had no idea at the time. It turns out I am a racist, but Nick is pretty sure he is not. And I think the reasoning behind that is he is putting forth NERDFACE, and he's very brave for that. Thank you so much, Nick, for starting the NERDFACE movement.
Well, I was frustrated.
Oh.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Because it's taken out of context.
Right, yeah, taken out of context. I mean, he had a good it made his friend laugh. It doesn't matter if other people would be offended. It was taken out of context.
No way to...
Who would have thought?
Right.
Someone who hangs out with Maddox takes things out of context.
Yeah, who would have thought I would have done that? Now, of course, I feel like that happened to me, but I might be wrong. I'm sure Nick will stick up for me here, though, on that. Nick and I are kind of friends now. We've been talking.
Yeah, and there's no way to contextualize it for anyone. So it's, at first I was a little concerned about it, but nowadays, it's there. And I don't apologize for it because it doesn't hurt anybody.
I think there should be more blackface.
Yeah, honestly, I think so too.
See, ladies and gentlemen, Nick says there should be more blackface, aka NERDFACE. Got to agree with that, and he's unapologetic about it. Remember that for the future. He will never apologize when it comes to this. Why are they sitting in front of an Israeli flag? By the way, you might think, oh, are they Jewish? No, they're actually not Jewish. This guy actually makes several anti-Semitic remarks all throughout this video. So that is Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, friend of the anti-Semite and blackface enthusiast. Okay, in his own words, with full context. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. That has been our presentation on Deadpool and cosplay. A little weird ending there, I guess, but I think we stuck the landing. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's see what they're saying in the chat before we go. Major in law, minor in theater, says Vincent. He's not sure if he's racist. Yeah, he might be, he might not be. It's hard to tell nowadays. He's got to have somebody else tell him for him. It's okay, I can do this. I have a black friend, says Lock Robster. Exactly. Guys, if you have a black friend, it's okay. His black friend laughed at it. It's fine. Stunning and brave. Wow, fucking racist. Yeah, all right, well, look, all I'm saying is I agree with his decision to do NERDFACE. I think he is stunning and brave that he is doing that. He's unapologetic about it. He is asking for more. I'm going to ask you guys out there to put on your best NERDFACE. As a matter of fact, when you dress up as Deadpool from now on, no, wait, not Deadpool. When you dress up as Black Panther from now on, as I said at the beginning, he's a better role model. So let's put on our NERDFACE. Let's be Jesse, son of James. I am T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. And let's really go out there and show people that there's solidarity. We're learning from our past mistakes. We are all African. That's what it's all about. And it's all brought to you by #LAWTISM, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law. Thank you so much, Nick, for your blessings on this. All right, well, we will be back on Wednesday in the Pizza Fund, PODAWFUL.pizza. We got a great show for you on Wednesday. You're not going to want to miss it. That's at the $12 level and up on the Pizza Fund. But remember, there's multiple levels. Go check it out and support the show. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in tonight. I will see everybody over in the PodAWFUL cult on Facebook. And until then, have an awful day.
Head over to podawful.com/iTunes and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're live every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern at podawful.tv. Love the show? Keep it going by donating to the Pizza Fund. podawful.com/support. And anything else you need,